What's up, everybody? Owen here with Gutter Rescue, and today we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about some accessories with your gutter systems, how we quote them, so what you might be looking at. And it's just like when you go to the car dealership, right? I mean, if you go to the car dealership and you're looking at a Ford, are you going to get the XLT? Are you going to get the XT? Are you going to get the Tremor? Are you going to get the Raptor? Like, there's a bunch of different accessories. A lot of people don't know about it. So typically, we like to give people all the options. So today we're going to be actually focused on the outlet options, both for a 5-inch seamless gutter and a 6-inch seamless gutter. All right, so I'm going to talk first about what's standard. All right, so, and it depends on really what company you're hiring too, because you'll find that some companies will use these round ones, but they'll actually use a smaller round outlet. And what that does is it actually reduces the amount of water that can flow out of your gutter at one time. So that's not always a great choice to go with. If we have to use a round outlet, typically that's because we're installing like B elbow. And for those of you who don't know what a B elbow is, you've got, like, let's say this is your wall here, and you want to bring the elbow in towards the wall from the eave. The B elbow would twist this way, or excuse me, an A elbow would twist this way. A B elbow, let's say this is your wall and you wanted to run it sideways, that would be a B elbow. So typically we'll install these if we're installing a B elbow so we can maximize the water flow and have that B elbow still fit around there. Now if we're installing an A elbow on a 2x3, we'll actually use a 2x3 rectangular outlet. And the reason that we do this, yes, I had to buy a special tool to punch this hole so that this can fit, but there's a good reason for it, right? So if instead we just use a hole saw like this, we're minimizing the water flow that can come out. So what you see some people do is they'll still use this on an A elbow, which actually reduces the amount of water that can go out of the gutter. So we prefer this because it's maximizing the amount of water that can flow out of your gutter during a rainfall, and it appropriately fits the 2x3 downspout, which is what then would get screwed onto this outlet. Okay, so that's your 5-inch. Now, I'm not gonna bore you with the exact same details. I'm just gonna show you now with a 6-inch gutter, you've got a bigger gutter, right? So now in comparison, you go from the 2x3 outlet for your downspouts to a 3x4. So obviously 6-inch gutters hold more than 40% more water than a 5-inch gutter. And so typically they're more designed for like people that have metal roofs, larger roof systems, things like that. So there's definitely gonna be more water flowing through this gutter, right? So we wanna make sure that that water exits a lot faster. So therefore we use a larger outlet, right? So that's your standard 3x4 for a 6-inch gutter. However, there are more options, and a lot of companies out there, they just aren't offering them. Maybe they don't know, I'm not 100% sure. So I'll show you what those two things look like, and that's this right here. So these are called max flow outlets. What's cool about these, you can use them on a you can use them on a 5-inch gutter system or a 6-inch gutter system. And I'll show you how that works right now. So look how wide, look how much of an opening that is. That's huge. So that makes a huge difference as far as like how much water that gutter can get rid of in one single time. So if I was going to use this on a 5-inch gutter, then I would just take that max flow outlet. Now look at this, right? That's how much water is flowing out of the gutter at one time right now. Let's say I make this small little upgrade. You install it just like this. It would then get screwed into the gutter, right? You would caulk and seal these screw points. But now, look how much water in comparison is coming out of your 5-inch gutter. So your 5-inch gutter is going to be able to handle a lot more water load now and get that water out of the gutter effectively. So this is a small little upgrade that you can make to your gutter system, okay? Now, there's a little bit of a difference. So you'll notice, let's see, there we go. You'll notice there's a small difference between the 5-inch and the 6-inch. Do you see what it is? Can you guess? Anybody? Anyway, it's this little lip right here. All right. So basically, what we're going to do here, because we can even increase the amount of water that this 6-inch gutter is able to get rid of. So if you've got a large roof system and you want to really make sure that we're getting that water where it needs to go and no chances of that gutter overflowing at all, we can install these little bad boys. Now, the way this would work, let's see if I can get there. Okay. So it's right on the edge. There's going to be a little bit of a booger, but let's say I'm installing this right here. This is going to line up right with the back seam. And this front edge is going to sit right over the lip of that gutter right there. Get screwed in. Now, again, look how much more water is coming out of this max flow outlet. How much? 45% more water, okay? So we offer these on all of our quotes that we do. So it's just one of the things that separates and differentiates us from the other gutter businesses out there, because our goal is literally to try to eliminate as many problems for you as we can while we're there during a gutter installation. So let's say you're somebody who's looking to upgrade their system. Maybe you've got some current issues. We just was out on a call this morning. The lady had a metal roofing system. She had a 5-inch gutter. If you call my company, I will not install a 5-inch gutter on a metal roof. So if you're looking for something like that, call somebody else. I won't do it because I know you're going to have problems with that system later. But what was happening is she's got water that's actually shooting. It's coming off the roof, filling up the gutter, shooting over the side near the downspout, because a gutter's pitched towards the downspout. So all that water's running towards that. It's flowing over the top, hitting the ground, creating soil erosion. She's had to dump buckets and bags of dirt to try to fill in these holes. So the solution for her is definitely going to be, unfortunately, she's going to have to spend a little bit of money. But that solution is going to be to go to that 6-inch gutter. And then as an extra added safety precaution, use that max flow outlet that I was talking about, so we can just maximize the amount of water that's coming out of the gutter, draining down the downspout, getting away from your foundation, right? That's the goal. Because what happens when that doesn't happen? You have issues like if that water's flowing over the top and you have wood fascia, you're gonna be looking at wood rot. If it's flowing over the top and hitting the ground, you're gonna have erosion. If it's creating a ponding situation in your yard, or it's creating a crater, it's gonna seep into the cracks of your foundation, causing even more expensive repairs later. So hope that was helpful. Hope it taught you guys something a little bit new about gutters. If you are looking to have a service or you need a gutter inspection, feel free to obviously give us a call. Our office is right here in Corning, New York. Our phone number is 607-731-7406. And hopefully we can get out there and talk about your problems and give you the best options that we have as far as providing you with a solution to whatever problem it is that you're currently having. All right, peace out.